Welcome back to the channel, everybody, or if this is your first time visiting, welcome to the channel. I am Bridget, and this is just my place where I put anything and everything I feel like producing, just on a whim. ASMR is something I've always really wanted to get into. It's always been something I've been very interested in making, I suppose. And I've always just found the concept very interesting and very fun. So I was wanting to make one myself. And even though my voice is by no means finished for what I want it to be like, I think I am comfortable enough to do ASMR since it's mostly just open quotient talking. So without further ado, my intros are already too long, let's get into it. Before I start the video, shout out to my mom for getting me this cup. It's just a cat, a black cat, and it says good meowing. I'm drinking hot cocoa right now. Alright, so the first thing I want to play with this video is just going to be some pills, and I know it sounds like a very weird thing to do for ASMR. Honestly, a lot of these decisions probably are pretty weird, to be honest. But I just kind of went for sounds that I've always found very satisfying, and I just kind of wanted to reflect it off of that and just make something I feel like I would want to watch. So I'm just going to talk about my day and let's get into it. So for this example, hi Fatster, we're going to be using my testosterone blockers as the sound maker, and I like playing around with these caps so much. Even when I'm not doing ASMR or recording, I've always just adored taking them off and just putting them back on and listening to it. It's always been such a satisfying sound for me, and as a result, I just really enjoy this. Doesn't it sound amazing? Oh, so good. I love when it clips especially, it's amazing. So I didn't really have much of a specific thing I wanted to cover this video. I just kind of want to talk about random stuff. For starters, I am very minorly sick, I believe. It's either that or allergies. And it's really only affecting my throat, which, you know, for most of the time that wouldn't be that bad. But, well, I'm mid-voice training journey. That's kind of a bad thing to happen. But you know what? I mean, we live with it. It happens. You can't always predict what's going to happen. And sometimes you just have to kind of work around life. But even though I am pretty sick right now regarding my throat, I did still want to make a video. Just because ASMR is something I've really always wanted to get into. That's probably enough for the pills for now. I'm gonna get into another little thing I like to play with. So this right here is a like multi-purpose, like little like Swedish hunting knife thing, whatever they call them. Somebody in the comments, please yell at me if I got that wrong. I was playing around with this earlier and I found out that this little thing, I'm assuming it's for opening something, probably like wine I would want to say. It makes a really satisfying noise when you use it on the mic. So I'm gonna do that here. So earlier today, I had my first in-person college class in 2 years. And aside from one person who, after after I had to come out as trans to the whole class when I had to do an introduction of who I was. A little awkward. There was one person who stared at me the entire time after that, and that was a little uncomfortable. But aside from that, it was actually a pretty good day. It's for a psychology class, and the professor is actually very, very cool. It does seem like it'll be a little difficult, but he was a very kind person. He was very accommodating, and I truly believe that he wants the best for everybody, and he was very funny too. So, you know, I'm looking forward to getting to see him more. He's a very cool person, so it's definitely always really nice to like your professors. And the reason I haven't been in college for so long is I did about a year and a half or 2 years initially, thinking I wanted to go into nursing, but eventually I kind of figured out that I don't really think that's for me. And for a while I was just struggling with a lot of dysphoria and other mental health issues. And for a moment I kind of just took like a pretty long while from college before I decided to go back to it, because I just wasn't really mentally stable enough, and thankfully I was able to still work and just not go for a little bit. But I think I'm at the point where I'm wanting to get back into the groove of everything, and that's the first step. So now I'm going for a physical therapy assistant degree. We'll see if I stay on that track or not. I might not. We'll figure it out. But right now that's the way, and I just had to take this psychology class as a supporting class for the degree that I want to go for. I'll continue this story in a sec. I just want to switch items. It seems like we have a little visitor. Hi, Baxter. Hi, sweetheart. Come here. Come here. Baxter. You're so stupid. I love you. It seems like I have to be a little bit more quiet because Nigel over there is starting to wake up. I love him so much. He's such a baby. I would not trade that cat for anything in the world. So, the next thing I wanted to use is a pair of scissors. I don't know why, but I've always found scissors in ASMR just to be a very relaxing sound. Or especially when I go to a hairstylist or to get a haircut. Always hearing the sound of the snipping has been very relaxing for me, which is a little bit ironic because for the longest time I absolutely hated going to the haircut place, because that meant that I usually had to get length cut off of my hair, like over here. And even though for a while I didn't understand I was trans, I always knew that I kind of liked it to more femininely present. I just didn't fully understand what that meant. But despite that, the sound of the scissors cutting was always just a very soothing thing to me, and it made the experience a lot better. So I just like playing around with these. So continuing that story on then, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to go into occupational therapy assistance. It's something that right now I'm looking at just because I think I'd be able to empathize a lot with people I can work with in that field. I'd probably want to work mostly with children to mid-ish adults, I would say. I'm not amazing with old people. I'm not bad necessarily, but apparently, even though I'm not a big fan of them, I'm apparently a really good babysitter. And just anytime I take care of other people's children, even just for like little bits or whatever, I guess I'm just interesting to them. I don't know how. So I'm willing to work with kids if it means I can, you know, get to like prevent them from having like a traumatic like recollection of what physical therapy was like for them. Because as a child, I actually had physical therapy, as I was behind in a lot of subjects. It's just a lot of like common things like math. They're like, I didn't know how to tie my shoe until I want to say 5th grade, I think, maybe 6th grade. So I was just a little bit developmentally behind, and I have a lot of trauma regarding that, like progressing slower than everybody else. But I've been getting better about it, and if I can, I really want to prevent somebody from feeling like they're behind or feeling like they're stupid, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Everybody learns at a different pace, and some people just learn a little bit slower, and it's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So I want to be able to use my unique perspective to prevent somebody from having to deal with something like that. So next up is one of my favorite things I like to wear. No matter what type of outfit I'm wearing, I usually take this everywhere. It's a trans bracelet that my coworker gave me. It's a very sweet lady. I like her a lot. And she bought it off of Amazon, I think, or maybe Etsy, I think. And she really wanted me to have it. And I absolutely love it. I am such a big pastel color person. I've always been a very, very big fan of pastel colors. And especially the trans flag is a very big theme I like. Hold on, am I bleeding? No, that's just red Sharpie. So I really like this. It's a very nice thing for me to fidget with, and like I said, I like to wear it like no matter what I'm doing. It just fits very nicely on me. So I like to take this a lot of places. Anyway, back to the school conversation. So regarding physical therapy, it takes a lot of like anatomy knowledge and schooling to understand. And I've never really been a great like learner per se, like school standards. I mean, honestly, I learn things a lot more slowly just in general compared to other people, no matter what it is really. Which is fine, but still, it makes catching up in those classes extremely difficult. But I'm sort of reaching a point where I feel like I won't be satisfied with a lot of other careers, and I think I might struggle really, really bad with being able to pursue this career or being able to pass the necessary classes I need to. But I feel like eventually, once I do, I'll end up with just a very nice career that I don't hate going to, and something I feel fulfilled in, and something that I know I am making other people's lives better with. So hopefully by the end of it, I'm at that point. Again, we'll see where we're at, but I think I really just need to push myself and stop saying like I'm incapable of doing that, because if I just tell myself that, I'm never going to be able to do it, you know? So I think that's the plan for the occupational therapy stuff, but we'll figure it out as it goes on, like I said. The next thing actually is not related to ASMR. I just want to show this off. So I went to a Pride Fest earlier last year. I forgot when it was. It wasn't in June because I missed that Pride Fest, but maybe like August or something. Anyway, it's these really cute earrings I bought. I bought one of each. One is a bisexual heart, and the other is a trans heart. And they are so adorable, and I just really wanted to show them off somewhere, because I think they are so cute. And I don't actually have earrings yet, as you can see. But eventually I do want to get earrings, and I definitely want to put these in. Just as like a little subtle way to show my pride. Because although I do live in the US, and that's a much better place than a lot of the world regarding issues with like trans health and whatever, regarding the US, I don't live in a very good area, and I like to quietly express myself like this because other people that see it and like are trans, for example, or are bisexual, pansexual, gay, lesbian, whatever, I want to let them know that like we can still thrive in everything, even if we do have to be a little bit more quiet, and that we are absolutely out there. You know what I mean? So I definitely wanted to just do that as like a little show of pride. But we'll see when I get to that. It might not be for a while because I don't really have a lot of money. But we'll eventually figure that out. This hot chocolate is so good. So on a completely unrelated note from the ASMR, something I wanted to bring up is earlier this week I was handed the third piece of religious paraphernalia while I'm at work, which is kind of crazy. I don't know where I actually put it, because this is the second time I got handed something religious. But regardless, this is the funniest one in my opinion. On 3 separate occasions, just because of how I look, I've had people come up to me and be like, God bless you, God loves you forever, and that he loves you eternally. And another person told me it would help with my people, which I thought was hilarious, and I still laugh about it to this day. But I think the funniest one is when I was handed this 3 Jesus films on 1 DVD thing. I still haven't watched it because I don't have a DVD player. I only have a CD player. I can't even lift it. You can't really see it. Well, kind of. Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. But apparently I can watch it on the back. So if you wanna give it a watch, go scan that QR code. But I just want to talk about that because I thought it was really funny. I forgot if I did this already, but I want to play more with the pen. It's really fun. It's like a little mini game trying to get all the little hexagons in the mic. Or as many as I can get, at least. I like this a lot. I love turning everything into a game. It makes life better. Sometimes I do have to do a serious one. I've been getting better at that. It's very fun. I like it a lot. I look so focused on this. Sorry if you hear people outside. My family is extremely loud, so apologies if you hear them. But I still can't get over the fact that the religious CDs and stuff are just in my possession. That is such a funny thing to me. And it's not just handed to anybody either, because none of my like straight or cis coworkers have ever had anything like that happen to them. And a lot of them even work more hours than I do. So it's definitely a like, I would want to say discrimination, and like it kind of is discrimination to a degree, but I don't fully consider it that, because honestly I just find it so funny that people carry these CDs on them just to give to me, like because like what if I come across a trans person at my local Dunkin'? What am I gonna do? So I think that's super funny. And I have absolutely no hate to anybody that is religious. It's just personally not for me. I'm an atheist all the way. But like absolutely, like if you enjoy being religious, please do. Like that's awesome that like you can have faith and like have that stuff like to be like happy about, you know? That's awesome. So I never want to discourage anybody from being religious. It's just not for me is all. But it just makes it all the more funny for me. Just wait, I think about that stuff and I'm just like, huh. Yep, I definitely will watch that. And the reason I brought it up is because my third incident of it happened earlier this week. While I was serving this older gentleman, and he also said I had a beautiful smile, and I was so shocked by everything else, I didn't really know what to say fully. But regardless, he was actually pretty sweet, all things considered, so I actually kind of liked him, but it was just an experience for sure. It's always an experience. So, continuing the trend with me finding a lot of weird pleasure in unscrewing my pillow cap, I also really like to unscrew my hair cap. This is my Aveda Brilliant Pomade Anti-Humid. Basically, it helps with the frizz in my hair, because if you look at my hair, there's a lot of frizz. And some of it I still don't fully know how to get rid of. But regardless, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about how much I love unscrewing this thing. It is such a fun thing to unscrew. And sometimes after putting it on in my hair, I just take it on and off and on and off, just to hear and feel how this sounds. I know that everybody at home watching this video, you can't really hear what it sounds like, or you can't feel it. Hi, Batster. But trust me, it feels so wonderful to just twist and turn, twist and turn. I really, really love it. It's just amazing. It really is the small things in life for me, I guess. I just get such immense enjoyment from random little things like this. But I like living life that way. And no hate to anybody that enjoys like more exciting stuff. But I don't know, I've always just had a very weird niche for like enjoying like random little things like this. It's always just very fun for me to just find ways to have fun with anything. Although part of that also might just be me not being on any ADHD medication and wanting to fidget with anything, any chance I get. Like my bracelet over there, when I'm in my voice training sessions, I am like going absolutely crazy on it. Because I just need to always be doing something with either like my feet or my hands, or I'm making like a little little jiggy. So, I do need to get on some pills for my ADHD, but it's okay. We're gonna act like it's a unique character trait that makes me more interesting right now. Even though it is a genuine issue I need to address. So you might be thinking, Bridget, are you gonna do keyboard ASMR? And I would if my keyboard wasn't the most disruptive loud thing ever. So instead we're going to be using my school computer to do keyboard sounds, because I actually really, really love how my keyboard sounds from school. So listen. Oh, it's so good. I absolutely am obsessed with how this thing's keyboard sounds. When I'm using it just for random schoolwork, or like earlier I was doing my medical terminology and roots homework, sometimes I just look up things just so I can hear what the keyboard sounds like, because it just sounds that amazing. So I'm gonna open up a Google Drive document, and I'm just gonna start typing away, because I think it sounds absolutely wonderful. So, going into this, I don't actually have anything in mind, so I'm just going to try freestyling to my best ability, and we're going to see how that goes. that's enough typing for now. I could not stop smiling while typing it because I'm not very good at improvising. And oh my god, it was awful. I started the sentence off with, "Hey everybody, it's Markiplier." Just kidding, Bridget here. And I went into this very long tangent that I did not need to go into. And it involved Fortnite and a bunch of other horrible things. And no one is ever going to see this because I'm going to burn that Google Drive document as I upload this video because it is so bad. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope the typing was relaxing. I hope you found the pen enjoyable, or you know, the tapping, or me just talking about random life stuff. And if you did, you know, feel free to like the video. But if you didn't, feel free to dislike the video. Like I said in my previous video, I don't know why you would watch 30 minutes of me, approximately, to only end up not enjoying yourself. But if that's what you wish, you do you. Who am I to judge? You know, sometimes, you know what? That's what a real critic does. A real critic doesn't judge until they've seen everything. That's not me. I refound a game after like an hour, 20 minutes on Steam because I'm too afraid of losing my money on the 2-hour thing. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I definitely had a lot of fun making it, and I might make more ASMR if anybody seems to enjoy this one. I just dropped my pen. But yeah, I hope you all have a great night, and I love you all, and bye!